Okay, we join in progress. This is September 2nd, 2008. We're here for, is this a dual today or quad? I saw lots of buses out there.
I think it's a quad.
Okay.
Clay Center, Minneapolis Southeast, and
Harrington, I think I saw was the bus.
Railers. Minneapolis varsity girls in a nail biter here, trailing 10-3 in the second game of the first match. Gave up the first game. They were ahead 19-16 and ended up getting beat 25-19.
So is this the varsity score? Or
yeah, this will be the varsity score over here. JV just cleaned up in two, just beat Southeast in two. 25-18 was the score of the second game. First game was 25-9. So they had their way with the JV Southeast Trojan girls. Minneapolis varsity a little bit out of syncs here, not playing as well as I know Coach Mack would like to see him play here. Southeast able to take the first game. Minneapolis came back, they were down the whole game. Came back to take a 19-16 lead. And there Southeast closed us out, 25-19. So a little disappointing there, I'm sure, but and not playing too well here in the second game. There's a net serve by Southeast.
So do you think we'll be playing either Harrington or Clay Center?
Yes.
After this? Okay.
I think it'll be there's a lift on Rodriguez Southeast on a nice serve by Emily Fleming. Fleming probably one of the most consistent ladies at the service line last year and continues that streak this year with another nice serve there. Southeast dumps one in front of our back line, and it's a point Southeast. They lead 13-5.
We have three freshmen on the floor, a junior.
Well, at times,
and two seniors
right now when our libero comes in, we have four freshmen on the floor right now.
Oh, that's right. Macy
Riley Baker actually is a freshman also. Yeah. So we have five freshmen on the floor right now. Four Morgan Alderson. So we have two juniors and four freshmen playing. And it shows a little bit of the experience you get playing beside your teammates for a couple of years. So trailing 13-6 here, second game.
And you say they did lose the first match also?
They lost the first match. They had it, I thought they had it in hand. They came back to take a 19-16 lead and then just gave it up, really. Southeast came back and put us away 25-19.
Wow.
Riley Baker serving right now for Minneapolis on a nice little run. It's a good serve. That's out. That tip. That'll be a point Southeast, 14-7. JV is done waiting on their next match. They might go up above and play, whether it be Harrington or Clay Center. This is the way to do it. If you add one more court, well, you don't need another court. Unless you're playing JV everywhere. It looks to me like Harrington and Clay Center up above varsity are playing. Southeast now serving, leading 14-7. Allie Steinbrock serving for Minneapolis. And our floor official is trying to get things squared away as Minneapolis playing with a couple of different players in there right now with Macy and Baker. That serve is long. Allie muscled up on that one, hit it out the back line. 15-8 Southeast. Shoemaker and Halderson, the two juniors, on the floor right here. Southeast serving in the far court. Baker with the lift as that serve crawls up the arm a little bit there. Now Baker's pass is on the money, and Shoemaker with a nice kill attempt. Pounds one down to the floor, and nice dig on the back line by Southeast to no avail. Court. Minneapolis a kill. Shoemaker been pretty much right on with her attempts. She can just flat elevate, pound it down to the floor. That's what it takes. There's one just like it, Stephanie Frost. In Southeast, remember her, Dale? She was
yep, Miss Basketball.
She has that jump shot in the paint. She'll score a bunch of points, won't she?
Best.
She didn't have as much help this year, though.
No, it'll be a different year.
Yeah.
Should be anyway. Quite an active post player.
Yes. Rebounds well and has a real nice shot.
Frost is her name, is that right?
Stephanie Frost.
Yep.
Rodriguez with the jump serve. And the ace.
Score is now 18-9 Southeast.
Got an infraction on the 3-meter line. Someone was in front of it. That shouldn't have been. Morgan Alderson serving for Minneapolis. There, Frost in the middle. Their offense is a lot like ours. We attack with our middle. Shoemaker, and quick timeout by Coach Mack as she sees the score slide up 19-10 Southeast. We'll be back after this timeout. Well, did I get out of the meeting last night about the right time, or?
We're back on here.
Frost will serve for Southeast. Purples. Speaking of which, K-Staters looked pretty good the other night. Nice dig by Frazier in the back row. Now Shoemaker just bumps it over. Outside attack by Southeast, and not a good pass as Southeast scores another point. Frost just stands there and pounds it. Steinbrock's pass on the money. Shoemaker outside attack finds the back line. It's in for a point. Southeast called in the net. And that's a net serve. Point Southeast, 21-11. Quite a different makeup out on the floor is what we've seen in years past.
Mm-hmm. Especially so young. Quite a nucleus building for future years.
Yes. I could see a year from now, it's 2-hit set in fraction. Maybe next year being a little bit more stronger, more consistent. Steinbrock with a good attack is blocked. Now Fleming. Shoemaker's pass to Alderson. Back row attack by
what a kill. What a fake.
Shoemaker. Back row attack will be effective. Shoemaker couldn't elevate and hammer it down from behind the 3-meter line.
Well, I'm sure Coach McCulloch's hope is that these freshmen will mature quickly and make a decent run of things before the year's over here. This season's over here.
Yeah. We got a long ways to go, a lot of big games to play. 22-12. And it looks like the Fighting Tigers will play JV down here against Southeastern. Well, looking forward to a little football this Friday, Dale?
Yes, I am. Anxious to see what we can do.
What are you expecting?
I don't know. I mean, I liked what I saw at the scrimmage last Thursday, but I have no idea how they're going to do against an opposing varsity squad.
Well, I honestly think you're going to see a lot of I formation. I just, with Torres up front like that, Eckert runs the ball so well and strong that
match point here, 24-13.
Running game.
They sure showed that Thursday. Don't know if they'll stick with it or not. And that's blocked out of bounds. Point Minneapolis. We're still alive here. 24-14 Southeast. Allie Steinbrock will serve for Minneapolis. It's a good serve. Southeast able to dig that one out of the net. 4 hits.
Macy back in for Fleming. Steinbrock with her best serve of the evening right there as she pound one down to the back row. It's an ace.
24-16. The Lions down by 8.
Just 8, you score them one at a time, so it's possible. Frazier, it's down. Kill from the outside with Frazier. 24-17, Minneapolis making some noise now. Allie knows she's going to have to serve out here, though. And she's capable. Nice pass. Alderson. Frazier with a good attack is dug out there by Frost. Here we go again. Let's try the middle. Shoemaker. Stuffed by Frost. Tipped by Shoemaker. It's in. And Frost was in the net. Nice net play there by Shoemaker up against the athletic Frost. And Southeast will wait no longer to take the timeout, as Minneapolis has clawed their way back into this thing. 24-18 Southeast. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back with you. Because she was, yeah, I'll mention that. Allie Steinbrock with another ace.
We close on the gap here, 19-24.
What's pressed some of these, I guess you weren't up there, what's pressed some of the freshmen into duty here is Jessica DeVries with the shoulder. Finally went out bad enough they had to do surgery on it. She's out for the year. And then Connor.
What a recovery.
Nice recovery. We're set to attack the net right here. Frazier, cross-court winner. It's in.
When did this occur? When did the shoulder go out?
Well, it was just preseason.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
Playing well.
That's too bad.
That's out. Good grief, Minneapolis. They come back to win this one.
They were down.
We've matured real quick.
24-15, weren't they?
Yeah.
Now it's 21-24.
Steinbrock on a roll. Outside attack by Rodriguez. In the net.
I'm surprised we don't see another Southeast timeout here.
I think you will after this point.
22 serving 24.
Steinbrock, the freshman, on the line. There's that timeout you were talking about at Southeast. They let that one go. Steinbrock's serve is an ace right on the line, and Minneapolis right back in this game. 24-23. We'll be back after this timeout.
Here we go.
Here we go.
23 serving 24.
Steinbrock, another one right down to the floor. They get to it. Tied. Scored a point. Minneapolis, another ace by Ali Steinbrock.
Down by 9. They've tied it.
They come back to win this one. They'll deserve it. Should have won the first game. Good pass by Southeast. Frost. We block. Shoemaker. It's a point. It goes to the back row. It's a lift, and point Minneapolis as Shoemaker pounds one to the back row.
Game point here.
When it was 24-12 or 24-13-14, if you'd told me we'd win this thing, I wouldn't have believed it. Steinbrock rears back and hammers another one.
It's Frost booms it down.
Stephanie Frost with the kill from the middle, and we're all tied up again.
Quite a consecutive run of serves there by Steinbrock.
Substitution on Southeast side.
25 each.
Tip, Shoemaker down to the floor, no one there, right in the middle. The other thing that pressed another freshman into play was the departure of Connor Fulton to play out of town. Frazier, serve is in good shape. There's your winner. An ace. And we finish them off 27-25. It got beat the first one 25-18. And Minneapolis comes from 10 down to win this thing. We're going to have a coin flip, see which side we play on here in the third game. Will they play to 10? Or will they go to 25? We'll be back with the start of the third game of this first match, Minneapolis Southeast, in just a minute.
There's the flip. Southeast won the flip, apparently.
I'll bet they turn us around. Well, we're going to take this side. They're going to serve first, and I think that's the way it's going to be.
We'll be back after the timeout. Okay, here we come for game 3. The rubber match.
Here we go. Southeast won the toss, I believe, and they're going to go ahead and serve first. Minneapolis will defend this court on that's closest to us. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to play to 15. I could be wrong.
I didn't know that was an option. I thought F15 was the third game.
It's kind of the discretion of the coaches. Sometimes in tournaments they'll play. There's a nice tip by Shoemaker down to the floor.
Right down to that dead spot. 1-0 Lady Lions. Okay.
Usually to keep it going, I think they'll usually end up going to 15 instead of net serve, and that evens it up at 1 apiece. Rodriguez now with a nice nifty little jump serve here. And it goes right down to the floor. She's been doing that every time she's served. Her back row has got to move up at least one step when she's serving. It dies. It goes right down to the floor.
2-1 Southeast.
pass, not a good thing as it goes over and they pound it down.
3 serving 1.
We have the Southeast JV and Clay Center JV playing in the other court.
Well, we look a little discombobulated right now.
Well, they've got
4 serving 1.
A couple of different people on up there playing just fine the latter part of the last game. So just at that top spin, that overspin by Rodriguez is really going down to the floor. That's in the net, point Minneapolis. Morgan Alderson to serve for Minneapolis. .37. Excuse me, I looked at the wrong score board. They're in the net. Point Minneapolis.
That's nice.
3-4.
We'll take those.
That's out of bounds. Just barely. 5-3 Southeast. Stephanie Frost to serve for Lady Trojans. Frazier Baker sends it on over and out of bounds. .63 Southeast. I guess we need to give them a good 8-9 point lead before we start playing. There's the set, the outside attack by Southeast. Fleming.
Oh, thank you. I thought that was going out.
It does. It finds the floor.
I think that one was heading out.
Point Minneapolis, and we break Southeast service as Shoemaker goes to the service line. Has a little payback as her serve dives down to the floor. We'll attack from behind the line with Shoemaker on the back row too, so we saw earlier that's pretty effective. And Steinbrock right there to make sure that one doesn't get tipped on over.
5 serving 10.
And we're back in this thing 6-all.
Oh, I keep looking over here. It is 6-all.
Did earlier, and that's out of bounds.
I get confused.
Now Minneapolis with a 1 point lead. Oh, nice tape shot by Shoemaker. They recover, but they run into each other, a little bit out of sorts on the other end.
8 serving 6.
Shoemaker with her best serving of the evening. And an awful nice dig from the back row. Fleming hammers it over. Now tip in the middle. Shoemaker's there to pass. Steinbrock. It's nice kill by the middle. Allie Steinbrock.
9 serving 6. Well, if we serve to 10, this will be a game point.
Yes. Nice dig by Shoemaker. Now Fleming finds an open spot in the corner, and it's down for point Minneapolis.
Must be working to 15. 10 serving 6.
I think it's 15. I've been wrong before. Now Shea ends her string with a very nice run at the service line. Gets Minneapolis back on top by 3. Now if we can maintain the momentum here and close these Lady Trojans out here, it'd be a big victory for Minneapolis. Shoemaker with a pass to Fleming. Shea attacks from behind the line, not really in too good a shape to elevate, and Southeast pass goes in the net, and we have probably our most consistent server, Fleming.
7 serving 11, or 11 serving 7 here.
Shoemaker, the pass to Steinbrock. Frazier with the skill attempt is on the line.
12 serving 7.
Boy, that was just right on the line. Fleming. There's that wicked serve. It's going out of bounds. The overpass by Southeast goes clear out of bounds, and Fleming still serving, and this is kind of how we should have been the very first game. Minneapolis kind of getting it together here and leading 13-7, and I'm thinking we're going to 15, so we're close. We'll be back after this Southeast timeout.
Player.
Here we go. Nice serve by Fleming. Is handled by Southeast back row, and their attack is good. Finds the floor and the point.
8 to serve 13 here.
Southeast. Back serving. Shoemaker with a nice pass. Steinbrock pounds one to the back row. They won't get to that one. Steinbrock with a really nice attack from the middle.
Could be match point here if we think we understand the rules. 14, serving 8.
And I think it is, because Southeast coach is substituting just before Minneapolis getting ready to serve. Riley Baker for Minneapolis with a chance to win this thing. Nice serve. Pass goes over to the bench. They do get it over. Alderson in the middle. Steinbrock blocked by Southeast, but they recover. Shoemaker from behind the 3-meter line is handled by the back row of Southeast. Now the outside, Frazier pounds it down. She hits through the block, and Southeast able to get it over, and they find a spot in between, right in front of our back row. Now Frost back in for Southeast.
9 to serve 14.
Don't tell me they're going to do the same thing we did to them. That'll work.
Well, that makes the score 15 to 9. Obviously, they're playing beyond 15.
Obviously, they're going all the way to 25. Okay. Steinbrock.
Lift.
Ricochets one right off the forehead of the Southeast defensive specialist. Steinbrock went about 10 or 11 in a row last time. Maybe we can get it done here. Another nice serve by Alley. Frost tips it over. Alderson sets Shoemaker in the middle, and it goes down to the floor. Now we're rolling. Girls are smiling, having some fun.
Not too much fun yet.
17-9.
Hopefully.
Minneapolis will have to win it in 3, and it looks like they're on their way. Rodriguez tips it over. Macy with the pass. Frazier with the attack from the outside. Finds the floor for a point. Minneapolis, now we've doubled it up. Steinbrock.
Timeout, Southeast, I think.
Still serving, and Southeast wants a timeout. We'll be back after this timeout.
All right.
Steinbrock moves over a step or two and tries a different spot. She's successful there. Also Frost. And Steinbrock with a 2-hand set recovers on that smash by Frost.
Nice block
by Shoemaker, and they just bump it on over. Now the set by Alderson. Shoemaker finds an open spot that time as Frost cannot get in front of her for the block. 19-9 Minneapolis. So Dale, explain the format this year with KFRM not broadcasting, and we are, or is it we're going to be internet only then with our telecast? Or the lift by Minneapolis on a nice dig by Allie Steinbrock.
KFRM is not broadcasting, from what I understand, because the man that was selling the advertisements for them in Minneapolis for the last 3 years, whatever it was, quit the station, and KFRM chose not to replace him. Consequently, they didn't have anybody trying to sell ads for the fall, and they finally informed Mr. Oshman, we do not plan to broadcast Minneapolis sports this year. So that left Mr. Oshman with an opening for us. And
Southeast in the net, another point Minneapolis, 20-10. Frazier rears back and hammers one over. Rodriguez tips it over. Fleming. The tip by Shoemaker, and they cover. Nice attack.
Block.
But what a block by Shoemaker, and it lands on their side. A Steph Hill.
20 serving 10 here. So we've lost Mr. Lomberger filming this year, so I'm going to film as his replacement, and Scott's going to do the play-by-play for football. Rupert's going to do
in the net again.
Color, and I'll do some color. And then we'll probably try to split some play-by-play between him and you in basketball. How's that sound?
Well, it'll take a couple. It's always easier with two. Emily Fleming with a nice attack from the outside. Frost, that almost could have been a lift as she just barely gets it over the net.
And we will continue broadcasting on 910KINA.com, the audio stream, as last year. That, of course, videotape delay to Channel 8, Eagle Communications. 11 serving 22 here.
Nice dig by Baker on the sinker ball by Rodriguez. Frazier, Fleming. Shoemaker powers one right through the block.
Knocking it down, isn't she?
Frost was there, but Shea hits one right through the block.
23 serving 11.
Southeast girls are kind of running out of gas now. The serve goes right off the chin of the libero.
Now it'll be match point.
Yeah, we can't go any further than this. Morgan Halderson serving for Minneapolis. Over in good shape, tip. Now Shoemaker finds the middle. Boy, that was wide open that time.
Sure was.
Shoemaker tips it to in the middle, and Coach Mack takes a deep breath as his young Lady Lions finally get it together in the latter half of the second game and just come back and plow right through them here in the third game of the first match and win it in 3.
Quite a comeback.
25-11.
Quite a comeback. To continue on with the conversation about broadcasting for Eagle Communications, it's definitely in the works. I don't know the exact specifics yet of how it's going to work out, but at some point, if not by this Friday, the 5th, I would think the following Friday for sure, the football game audio will be carried live on Channel 8, and if not Channel 8, on the cable system, Channel 8. If not Channel 8, then another channel to be installed. I don't need to say more than that because I don't know more. And I don't want to add any more speculation, but there will be live audio of football games, any basketball games we do, any volleyball, wrestling matches that we do on KINA.com, baseball, softball, all that will come live on a community channel in Minneapolis, along with the internet feed and the video replay.
Sounds good.
We'll be back with the Lady Lions against Clay Center, I guess it'll be.
We should get another one here real quick. They're packing their bags. I don't know if we're going to go upstairs and play. Since we won there, I would assume
I would think we'd play
Southeast
down
would
here.
go up there and we would stay down here, but we might have to set one out. That was a long match.
Yep. Well, Mike and I were all wet as normal. We're playing Harrington, not Clay Center. Next.
Yep, we get Clay Center next game. I don't think we're on.
You don't think we're on?
Doesn't sound like it. Well, it's getting ready for the second match of the day in this quad. We'll take on the Harrington Lady Railers.
Class 2A school from South Dickinson County, right?
Yeah.
Way south, Dickinson County.
Looks like quite a few of the seniors play. Rockmeyer, I remember her from basketball last year, or the year before, down at the 2A at Bennington.
Did we play them 2 years, the girls? Yes, we did, didn't we?
I think we did.
Yeah, I remember the boys playing them at Harrington, but I forgot we played them at the Bennington sub-state too. You're right.
We're going to serve first here. Allie Steinbrock will serve.
Yes, I remember now. The Lady Lions dispatched the Lady Railers at Bennington in the semifinals, I think.
Here we go. They just bump it on over. Now the set by Minneapolis, outside attack by Frazier is in.
We're not at a real good angle, ladies and gentlemen, to see everything, so we apologize for that, but we'll get you the most of it that we can.
These next two matches will be in the upper gym, and there's just not enough room to get back away from the court. Minneapolis playing probably their best ball. That's out on the outside attack by Minneapolis.
Not being the host school, we've been relegated to...
They gave us one down
elsewhere.
below on the...
Against the home team.
Shoemaker pounds one down. Point Minneapolis. And we'll only have one scoreboard to look at, so... Frazier at the service line. Set by Harrington, and the attack is tipped by Shoemaker. Page able to get a hand on it. And a stuff kill by Shoemaker. She is in the net, though.
Well, whatever we will do in one take. I didn't know we were doing a quad today. I should have brought a spare tape.
Well, we will not get the third match in, but we'll go as long as we can with this one. So we'll unplug it in between. Harrington playing with us right now, tips it on over. Minneapolis bumping as well. There's a good attack out the back line by Lady Railers. Point Minneapolis, and it is 3-2. Minneapolis is the home team here. Upper gym.
Guess what I could do is just leave you talking here, and I could drive in this line and get another tape.
Well, this being the first match of the year, nice play by Minneapolis, and recovery is in the net.
I will have enough. We may not get all three matches, but we'll have enough.
We'll have quite a bit. That'll keep those volleyball people happy on Saturday. Brockmeyer. And Allie's there The attack from the outside by Page is in the net. Almost an overpass, but what a recovery by Shoemaker. Now the tip attack, they get to it and cover. Shoemaker's attack doesn't go over.
I think they call her for palming the ball, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think it was 4 hits. It didn't actually go all the way over, and we played it again for the 4th hit.
Oh, do you recognize this one referee down here?
Yeah, that's why I went down and talked to him. I got the skivvy on the first game. Harrington got beat by Clay Center in 2. And Ron and his partner called the game up here.
I didn't even notice that ball hit the white-haired old gentleman.
Well, you guys went through school about the same time, so I'm not going to say anything. That is out.
Class of 70, Ron Parker, that's right.
Cross-court winner is just out as Baker comes in for Minneapolis. We're doing a little timeout at the same time, so we're going to shut it off and we'll be back.
All right, Harrington to serve. Are we visitor or home?
We are the home.
Okay, we're down 7-3. Make it 8.
Pass goes astray there, and Minneapolis down 8-3 as Harrington still serving here. And this game shaping up as having a little problem. There's some nice net play by Shoemaker to break it. And she goes directly to the back row to serve, trailing 4-8. I was just ready to mention our back row passes at the start of this game have not been, I think, what Coach Mack would like to see. Now we're attacking the net fairly decent.
I suppose there has to be something said for adjusting to the court a little bit. Where Harrington has played 2 games on it now and used to it, but these girls have been on this court before. So.
Yeah. You'll notice defensively we're set up for actually our middle to handle most of the passes from the back row. That would be Shoemaker, probably the best passer. There's a block by Page, and we cover, and it's tipped on over by Fleming. And that one finds the middle as Harrington dumps another one in for a point.
10 serving for
Steinbrock with a good attack, and that one is, that one is called in. We don't have a good angle to argue about it, so we're going to have to let it go. 11-4, Harrington. Oh, that's a nice dig on the back row by Shoemaker and tipped on over by Page, but it goes out of bounds. They dump another one in.
We're just not looking as sharp as we were down on the lower floor.
Page with the set. Steinbrock rears back and hammers it to the back row. They're there. Try that again. Alley with a nice attack. They almost get to that. Right now we're getting out hustled, I think. Fleming to the back row now to serve for Minneapolis, trailing by 8. 5-13. Emily with a nice serve. And that one is long out the back line.
Makes it 6 serving 13 now.
Frazier right there on the overpass as Harrington with a little metal mistake there. Point Minneapolis. There's another one. Backs didn't go over as Ali Steinbrock is right there to block, and we've got a timeout by Harrington, and we'll take 1-2. We'll be back after this.
8-13. Here we go.
Fleming still serving, Minneapolis trailing. Harrington with a good attack from the outside. Our pass goes off the rafters, and that's not ever good. Harrington's libero in the yellow shirt, and probably the shortest girl I've seen.
We'll be back after some discussion is over.
Here we go. Frazier with a nice attack. Nice dig by Shoemaker, and Fleming's there to get it on over. Nice hustle by Minneapolis. That is out. Steinbrock with a big smash from the middle. Macy in and Fleming out. The DS. Nice attack by Minneapolis. Back set on over, and Shoemaker cannot get to it. They have to have a little help on that one. That's a long ways for her to go to cover. Well, on both serve and the pass, we've had two Lady Lions wanting to hit the ball at the same time, so we're a little bit out of sorts, I think. And there Steinbrock is to make sure that one doesn't come on over.
9 to serve 16 now.
Kelsey Page. Name you'll hear a lot this year when the freshmen get double hit or lift. Good basketball player, good athlete. This freshman class has some nice athletes in it.
She is a wizard on the basketball floor. Serving 9 here.
The set, back set, and Steinbrock with a nice attack, and defensively Harrington able to cover. Frazier with the left hand. It's coming over again. They get there. Wow.
Found the spot.
So far the ball's bouncing Harrington's way here as they take a 19-9 lead. Coach Mack has seen enough, and she's wanting to slow down these lady regulars, and we'll be back after this quick timeout. Here we go. Harrington still serving. Shoemaker with a nice pass to Page. Set. Outside attack by Halderson is blocked by Harrington. Now we're on the move. Looking a little better here on offense. Steinbrock sets to the back row as Shoemaker attacks from there. It goes out of bounds. (29) 20-9, Harrington. 4 hits. Allie Steinbrock back to the service line, and she was down 10 points earlier in a game against Southeast and reeled off about that many, so anything's possible. That attack by Harrington gets to our back row, goes out the back line. Point Harrington. Makovic for Harrington. And nobody could get to that set. It was set in the middle there. No hitter on this side, of course. Our setter was there. That tipped on over by Morgan. Steinbrock with a good attack. They handle it all right. That pass goes over our teammate there and under the net. Point Harrington. They just keep rolling right along. 23-10. Tape shot by Shoemaker, and it's a kill. We break the service, and Frazier to the service line for Minneapolis.
11 to serve 23.
Oh, nice block by Shoemaker, and they send it right back over. We tip, and they tip. Finds the floor, point Minneapolis. 23-12. First game of this second match here against Harrington. First one, Minneapolis took care of Southeast in 3. That's blocked by Harrington. It goes out of bounds. Point Minneapolis. Harrington giving us little fits here in the first game of this second match. Net serve as we're to game point here.
24 to serve 13. Skipped over the net.
Just skips it over. Harrington on the move. Minneapolis with a good recovery on the back row. Now Shoemaker tips. They hit it to the back row. Frazier's pass right to Page. Now Fleming with a good attack. It was tipped at the net anyway. It would have counted even though it was long. And that's the way the first game ends. Harrington 25, Minneapolis 13. We'll be back with the second game of the second match against Harrington here in just a minute.
Okay, we switch sides of the court. Lady Lions will receive the serve, start the second game. Down 0-1.
She's got a kind of a funny serve. She punches it over instead of swings. Nice block by Minneapolis, and Shoemaker says thank you very much.
Parker
hit the net.
So it goes to Harrington?
Yes, point okay. Harrington.
Come on, Ron, you're a Minneapolis graduate. You can do better than that.
Set goes over, and Harrington knocks it on over as Frazier comes to rescue the ball. Nice stuff by Minneapolis on the outside. Now Shoemaker attack goes in the net.
We just don't seem to be real, I don't want to say attentive here on the mark.
That's set on over, and they cover and have all game long. Shea has to watch it there. The net play, she almost slapped the net again there.
1 serve 2.
Frazier serving for Minneapolis. get there. Nice dig by Allie Steinbrock on the smash by Harrington. Shea back sets it on over. Fleming. Fleming with a nice attack there, goes to the back corner, and they're there. They stuff it back over as Shoemaker pounds it over. It lands on our side for a point. Harrington, 3-1, Lady Railers. Steinbrock's pass is on the money to Alderson. Fleming sets it over and out the back row.
Out to the Lady Lions.
Just out. And we break service
just a
there
little bit
Alderson
outside.
Goes to the service line. And goes in the net. Not a good time here, trailing a game and 3 points here in the second match. Nice back set, Shoemaker. And that was tipped in the middle, and we cannot get to it. As you could hear, the football boys have arrived. Back row attack by Steinbrock. That's blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Point Harrington. Coach Mack with a quick timeout. We'll take one, too.
Trailing 2-7.
Here we go. Steinbrock, nice pass to Alderson. And Fleming gets it on over. Now Shoemaker tips it in the middle, and they're there to cover. Nice block. And we do get over. They tip it. Now Shoemaker with the set. And the tip by Fleming. And they cannot get to it as it drops in the middle. Point Minneapolis. 3-7. Nice dig by Shoemaker. Another nice tip by Fleming. We are almost in the net.
I would have said we were.
Let that one go.
From my angle, but obviously I was wrong.
4-7. Harrington with a big attack from the middle. It goes in the net. Point Minneapolis. Minneapolis winning the first match from Southeast in 3. And we dunk one in. Shoemaker just barely tips one in over the net. It's an ace. That one's a little deeper. They're there to handle it. Shoemaker's pass to Alderson. She stuffed. Back row attack. Steinbrock.
Lady Lions asking for a tip on the part of the Railers, and
I didn't see it.
Apparently the referees agree.
I think Em was trying to get the call, but I didn't see it from this angle. They must have gave it to us. Shoemaker still serving. Fleming hits through the block, and we're back in this thing. Minneapolis 8, Harrington 7. She dunks in another one. They're there to cover. Back row attack by Shoemaker. Now Harrington tips it in over the block. And we're all tied up at 8. Fleming gets it over on the third hit, and there's a block at the net. It goes way out the back row, so point to Harrington.
9 to serve 8 here. They got close.
Harrington playing pretty consistent. Out.
9-0.
Two of us missed it, but it goes out the back row anyway. Nice serve by Fleming, and it goes out the back as Harrington unable to handle that serve of Emily Fleming. (10-9) Minneapolis. She had to take that. It looked like it was going out of bounds, though. That's in.
Ten serving 10.
Baker quick to get to that as the pass was just not, oh, a nice cross-court winner by Brockmeyer. Harrington scores to take a 1-point lead here. Second game of this second match. There's an ace.
Well to serve 10.
Brockmeyer, a pretty good athlete, serving right here. Net. Thank you very much. We break service, and Baker goes to the back row to serve for Minneapolis. And they recover and hit a winner in front of our back row.
They went way back to get that one going. Keep it in play. (13 to serve 11).
It's out. Shoemaker with a good eye there. Let it go. It went out. Point Minneapolis. Steinbrock with a nice pass to Halderson. The set. Frazier. It rolls over. Tape shot by Frazier. Falls in on their side, point Minneapolis, and we're all tied at 13. Minneapolis needing to win this, get a chance at the third game. Nice save by Emily Fleming. Pass. Frazier with a big attack. And our pass goes out of bounds. Harrington serving here, leading 14-13. Top spin on that, gets it down in the middle, and Baker cannot get to it from the back row. It landed right about the 3-meter line. That's the girl that shot puts it over. She punches it over. Shoemaker with a nice attack from the outside. And stuff. Kill. Point Minneapolis, 16-14 Harrington. And Frazier will serve. It's an ace. Back row cannot handle that angular serve of Frazier. It was headed to the corner.
15 to serve 16 now.
There's another one to the other side. They get to that one. Back set. And we get it over. It was down. Looked like it was out of bounds though, but we do get a hand on it. Point, Harrington. In the net, our attack goes, and Harrington now with a 3-point lead, 18-15. Shoemaker tip, they're right there to cover. The libero is right there. And that attack goes right to our back line. It's in. Point, Harrington, and Coach Mack with a quick timeout. And we'll be back after this timeout, trailing 15-19. Here we go. 19-15, Harrington still serving. Timeouts remaining. Mr. Parker informs Harrington they have 2. Passes way out of bounds, and it hits the cable on its way over, out of bounds.
To 20, serving 15.
They get it over and have seemed to be able to do that all game long. There's a tip over the top of the block. Shoemaker and Alderson there to block, and it drops in for a point. 21-15, Lady Regulars. Shoemaker attack from the back row does not go over. Tried to set it on over into the middle, and it just did not go over. A good pass by Baker, and now Fleming from the outside. Good defense by Minneapolis. Our attack does not go over in 3. Point, Harrington, 23-15. That was about like this the second game of the first match.
About right at this point.
When we came back to win it.
Except we had the serve.
Now they're going to have to tighten it up a little bit. It's tipped in the middle. They're not there to cover.
16, serving 24 here.
Morgan's going to have to serve out. Point Minneapolis as their attack is in the net. That one gets over in good shape. The DS punches it on over. Now we're on the offense. Tape shot by Shoemaker. They cannot get to it. 24-16. 17.
Timeout.
Harrington timeout. We'll take one too. Here we go. Minneapolis trying to rally back to get back in this thing, trailing by 6. Alderson's serve is down. Ace.
19, serving 24. Rally is on.
We need a bunch more. The DS gets a hand on it, and they chase it down to the back row. Now we're on the offense. We tip it, and the DS is right there. Nice stuff by Baker and Shoemaker. And their tip does not go over. point Minneapolis. 20-24. Just down 4 now. We're behind 8. Alderson, nice serve. It's got to go over this time. I thought that would have been 4 hits. That's it. Tipped at the net. It goes over and drops in the middle. Point Harrington, and that's
25-20.
the end of the second match. Harrington wins in 2. They win the second one 25-20. We'll be back with Clay Center and Minneapolis to finish up this quad here in just a minute.
At least what we can get on the tape. Okay, here we go against Clay Center Tigerettes. At least 10 to 15 minutes.
Lady Tigers.
We get what we can.
Clay Center, I believe, beat Harrington in 2, so we might have our work cut out for us. Harrington beat us.
And then they lost to
South. And they lost to Southeast, so that's...
So explain all that. No, I can't. Well, we won't waste any more tape. We'll be back. All right, here comes the first serve.
Allie Steinbrock lead it off for Minneapolis. First serve's over in good shape. Clay Center sets it on over. Page tipped by Shoemaker, and it goes down on their side. 4-point Minneapolis. One nothing Minneapolis. Clay Center outside attack, and we're there to cover. Frazier comes back for the smash on the outside. Point Minneapolis. Farrah Frazier.
2 serving 0.
Steinbrock with another nice deep serve. Playing the back row, back set by Page, tipped by Alderson into the middle. No one there. Zip Minneapolis. Steinbrock rocks back and hammers one over. Short set. It's down as Clay Center works that pretty efficiently there. 1-3. First pass so important, did not make it up to our setter, and Morgan had to go chase it down. Could only get a hand on it as it drops out of bounds. A little rotation going on. It's Shea Shoemaker with a nice smash. The pass, the overpass from Clay Center goes over, lands in bounds for a point. Macy's pass is over in good shape as Shea gets it on over. Now the attack, and our pass goes in the net. (4-3) Lady Tigers. Shoemaker with a big hit from the outside, and they cover. Tip, it goes over. Clay Center's in the net. And that should have got things tied up. Yeah, 4-all. Frazier serving for Minneapolis. Shoemaker bumps it to Page. Now back Shoemaker in the middle and stuffed kill.
It's too tall of a tree there.
Very tall.
With extended arms to go through.
She looks like she's about 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
She's 5'10". There's an attack. Fleming tips it over left-handed. They're there. And we do the same, excuse me. Big hit. It's in. (6-4). Alderson set to Fleming, and they get it over in good shape. We dunk it in, and they're there to cover. Now the overpass lands on our side. They get to it as the DS goes clear out of bounds to retrieve that ball. Now Fleming hits through the block for Minneapolis. And we break the service of Clay Center.
5 to serve 6 here.
Morgan Alderson. Short set, up and down. They work that pretty well as their 6-foot girl there in the front is able to pound it right down to the floor as the set is short. We set it on over. They're on the attack now, and it goes down. Point, Clay Center. Lady Tigers playing fairly efficient here in the early going. First game of this third match tonight. Minneapolis won the first one against Southeast in 3 and lost the second match against Harrington in 2. We try to tip it over. They're there to block, and it goes down. Point, Clay Center, and a quick timeout by Coach Mack. We'll be back after this timeout.
Here we go, trailing 5-9.
Clay Center is still serving. She moves around and has a jump serve. She picks her spot. That's out. Fleming shooting for the corner, just barely out over the line. Point, Clay Center. Steinbrock with the pass up front. Now Shoemaker, cross-court winner. It's good. And we break it.
6 to serve 10 now.
Side out to Minneapolis. Shoemaker will go to the back row and serve. Time to reel off about 5 or 6 in a row here. Shoemaker with a nice serve. It's an ace. Libero cannot handle that serve, and it's golden. 7-10, Clay Center. There's another one in the same spot. Overpass into the net, and Shoemaker on a roll here with 2 in a row for Minneapolis. Gets Lady Lions back in this first game. There's another one. There's an ace. 9-10, and Clay Center is going to sub here. Try and break the momentum a little bit. Shea serve is over in good shape. Now the outside attack is a big swing by the outside. Now they're on the attack again. Another big hit. It's down.
Right in the corner almost.
We've got 3 pretty good sized hitters. (11-9) Clay Center. Page with the set. Steinbrock with a big hit. They're there, and their set goes on over, and Steinbrock finds the back row vacated for a point, and side out to Minneapolis. Back set. They bump it on over. Not a real good set. Now Frazier. They had to take it. It was going to be close. It is tipped out of bounds by Clay Center. Point Minneapolis. 11-11. Fleming serving for Minneapolis. Back set. And just tipped over in the middle. There was nobody there. And nobody went for it.
Just a big hole.
Point Clay Center. Now they rotate back out. Shoemaker with a nice pass to Page. Sets Steinbrock with a big hit. It's up and down off the rafter. Point Minneapolis. And side out to the Lady Lions. Page will go to the back row and serve. I'll try and pick up a couple names here of the Clay Center team. Nice deep serve by Kelsey. The big hit.
Found that spot in the corner again.
By Kayla Vinson.
13 to serve.
Brooke Langvart's the other big hitter. Sophomore and a junior. Cooper, the senior DS, serving now for the Lady Tigers. Nice attempt at that dig, but it makes it to the floor for a point. As Steinbrock still serves. As Macy comes in for Fleming.
Well, we're coming down into 5 minutes left on the tape, Mike. So, folks, if you don't hear us anymore, it's because we ran out of tape. A few minutes left.
That goes down on their side. Point Minneapolis as Frazier hits one through the block. And Minneapolis back to within a point here. 13-14. Steinbrock has had quite a night serving for the Lady Lions, and there's a tip that lands.
I thought you were going to get that. No, I thought you were going to get it.
In between two Lady Tigers.
You can see the look on both their faces.
Sure could. Another nice serve by Allie Steinbrock. Short set is
nice block.
Stopped.
Nice block
by Shoemaker.
Timeout. We'll be back. 16-13, Lady Lions.
Oh. Allie Steinbrock leans back, and the back row attack by McMahon of the Clay Center Lady Tigers is good. Deep serve. Gets Page in between, steps backing up, and cannot handle that serve.
15 to serve 16 now.
Oh,
Wicked.
nice serve. Low liner, just barely cleared the tape. As Brooke Langvart
16 all.
Has about 3 in a row so far for the Lady Tigers. Our passes from the back row are not good. Now the back row attack by McMahon, and Frazier with a big hit from the outside is well defended by Clay Center, and we're in the net. And point two Clay Center.
16 now. Roughly 3 minutes of audit video left.
Macy comes up to rescue that one. Now Shoemaker, they're calling it good. Now the short quick set to McMahon. Frazier stuffed, and we cannot cover. It hits the floor point to Clay Center, and they take a 2-point lead here, 18-16. Steinbrock over to Shoemaker. She just sets it on over. And there, the big middle for Clay Center is right there. McMahon as Shea tried to tip it over, and we got a quick timeout. We'll take one too.
We trail 16-19.
What's going on? Nice pass by Macy. Now Shoemaker gets a good attack at the net. And that's just tipped on over, right over the top of the block. And it drops in on our floor, point, play center.
20-16.
Just dunks one in, and Morgan with the back set. There's no one there to hit.
We're down to a minute, folks, so we'll be leaving you shortly. 21-16.
Tape is on short supply tonight. It's first road trip for the filming team, so
Taper didn't realize we were doing a quad tonight. We apologize.
Quad gave you one more match, so we stretched it as far as we could. Now point, play center, Minneapolis trailing 23-16 here in the first game of this third match. Minneapolis won the first match against Southeast and lost the second against Harrington, and that one's in for a point.
Game point here for the Tigers.
Camera blinking. We'll see if we can't get a rally going here, and we don't. The pass goes in the net, and that's the way the game will end. And we'll switch ends and get ready for the second game. Play center wins 25-17.
Dale Leach signing off along with
Mike Perry.
Thanks for listening, folks.